welcome, my name is Kyle for the win, and welcome to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Best Class Setup video. In this video, we are covering the VAPR Assault Rifle, which I have been struggling to get a Best Class Setup video with this gun for quite a while now, honestly, until recently when I finally got a good class setup video for it. It's a very, very interesting gun, and for me personally, part of my voice, I have this weird nose stuff going on, so hopefully it doesn't affect too much, but if I stutter a little bit or whatever, it's because my nose is acting weird. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's springtime coming or whatever, but anyways, hopefully everything sounds good, but if I sound a little bit weird at any point, it's because my nose feels all weird right now. Don't know why, but the VAPR is a difficult gun to use, and that's definitely something that I experienced when I was trying to get, a good class setup video for you guys. But at the end of the day, what I've figured out is that, yes, the attachments that I'm going to say in this video are important. Everything I say in this video is important, but the one thing I noticed when I was using this gun for about the 5 or 6 matches to kind of narrow down this best class setup was actually how to use the gun, not necessarily anything else with the class. And this is going to sound absolutely crazy and really, really weird, but use this assault rifle like an SMG, which sounds just ridiculous because you never want to use an assault rifle like an SMG, but with the VAPR, I cannot recommend it enough. The gun is very weak from long range, and it's not just because I'm using the silencer. It's weak from long range, period. And that, I think, is the biggest negative about this gun, is that a lot of people, including myself, use this gun like an assault rifle, but you want to use it as an SMG, because as you can see right there, I shot that guy, but I got him super weak, and of course it's not guaranteed that you'll get a kill, but using this gun as an SMG is key, for me anyway. And what I recommend is using this gun from either close to medium range. So just like an SMG, like I would use the cordite from close to medium range. So can't recommend it enough with the VAPR. It's basically like an SMG hybrid, kind of like this Peacekeeper in a way, except the Peacekeeper, this gun is better than the Peacekeeper in my opinion. So use this gun like an SMG. It's really weird, but as you can see, most of the gunfights that I play in this match are from close to medium range, and I do very well and get easy kills from that range. So, as you can see right there, perfect example. And we're playing on Slums, which is a fantastic map anyway, but just using that is using it as an SMG is key. And I know it sounds crazy and sounds weird, but definitely give it a go. Let me know down in the comment section if it works for you guys, because as you can see, it's working extremely well in this game. Now, actually jumping into the physical class itself, for the attachments, I have gone for silencer, long barrel, and stock. I've gone for the silencer just so I can stay off the radar, so I'm not, worried about, getting shot in the back, or being on the radar and not, being seen basically when I'm shooting my gun and getting in, getting in a gunfight where I would need to be around multiple enemies, basically. I know silencer is kind of useless in this game because there's fog of war and there's acoustic sensor, but we'll get to that in a minute. But silencer, just so I can surely just stay off the radar and I can be a little bit more stealthy with my class. I've gone for long barrel because the silencer takes away the range and the damage of the gun, which would make it even worse in turn, but because I have long barrel on, it adds to that range and basically gets rid of that negative part about the range of the gun. So that is why I've gone for long barrel. So basically the damage range has no effect. And finally, I've gone for stock. When I was toying with this class setup, when I was actually playing the multiple games with this class, trying to narrow down a class, I was using fast mags first, but then I realized that fast mags just made me feel super, super sluggish and just made the gun not feel as good as if I were using stock, which of course is what I'm using. And what stock basically does is when you're aiming down sights, it increases your mobility, so you can stray from left to right more quickly and basically kind of use the gun more like an SMG, which is what I've been basically preaching the entire video. So of course these classes are all subjective, you can use whatever you want, but for me stock works very well, especially because the reload time is not horribly slow. If it was like the Man of War from Black Ops 3, which had an incredibly slow reload time, I would definitely have fast mags on. But because the reload speed is pretty quick, I don't really need to use fast mags, and that's what I have gone for with this class. Another thing that's probably a little bit weird to a lot of you is I'm not using a sight. Almost everybody out there says that you need to use a sight with the VAPR. The VAPR sucks without a sight, and I disagree strongly with that, as my lightning strike goes absolutely in. That's why I love Slum so much, because the lightning strike kills everything on that map. But I mean, a lot of people are like, a lot of people love to use a sight with the VAPR because the iron sights are bad. Well, they say that iron sights are bad and stuff, and I mean, I don't blame them. The iron sights aren't the greatest in the world, but like me, like what I've said in almost every single one of these best class setup videos, I cannot recommend not using a sight enough and trying to get as used to the iron sights as you possibly can. The iron sights, just using the iron sights is very big and important to me, because that point that you allocated to putting a sight on the gun can now be allocated to something else, such as a perk or a gear or maybe even a lethal if you want to. So that is why I don't go for a sight with the gun. And of course I do have the Vampire Hunter variant, which means I have a beautiful iron sight, but I wanted to use this class setup video without the Vampire Hunter so that I could just prove to you guys that the iron sights, you can still do well with the iron sights. And of course, again, it's all personal preference. If you guys don't like using a sight, then that is all you. Go ahead. You can change this class any way you want. So now with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the gear and the perks. So for the gear, I once again gone for acoustic sensor. You guys already know how it is. Love acoustic sensor. I want to say I can't play without it, but I definitely can. I just prefer it because I love having that awareness and being able to hear those footsteps and just knowing where enemies who aren't using dead silence are, and even having an idea where enemies will be without, you know, having dead silence on, or without, you know, even if they do have dead silence on, if there's an enemy next to them that doesn't have dead silence, I can pick them up and can know exactly where they are, as well as hear the enemy's footsteps. Now, going for my perks, you guys probably can guess my perks by now, but I have gone for, once again, for my perk 1, I have gone for Scavenger and Flak Jacket. It is religious. Nothing will change in that for probably ever, honestly, for the rest of Black Ops 4. And here I get a really stupid death. I was not paying attention. I guess I was in Wonderworld or something. Just really dumb. This guy was camping in a corner, and I saw him on the whatever it was, the Recon's vision, but I played that like an idiot, and I got myself shot. But anyways, Scavenger, so I can keep on those long gun streaks and kill streaks. As you've probably seen in this match, I've been going on a lot of kill streaks, and without having Scavenger, I would have had to pick up another weapon, and who knows what weapon I would have picked up, which would probably have been worse. And here I am actually trying to, there we go, trying to inspect my gun because I got the full variant of the reactive camo. So going Flak Jacket, again, favorite perk in the game. I absolutely love Flak Jacket, especially after the buff, not being affected by reactor core as much, not being affected by explosives. It's just beautiful, and I love using Flak Jacket in this game. I don't take it off ever. And finally, for my perk 3, I have gone for Dead Silence. Dead Silence mixed with Suppressor, mixed with acoustic sensor, insanely good class. I am not on the radar when I shoot my gun. I am not on the radar from acoustic sensor players. The only way I can get on the radar is if someone is using a UAV, or if I get shown on the Fog of War. Other than that, I am completely invisible. No one knows where I am, and I can get those silent footsteps, as well as mixed with the acoustic sensor. I can hear people from very, very far away. But that is absolutely everything for the class setup. Once again, I will put the full class on the screen right now so you can see the full thing. Tweak it however you'd like. If you don't like something, you can tweak it, and and then, you know, whatever. If you guys do like this class setup video, let me know down below in the comment section if you guys did well. And one final disclaimer before the game ends. Over 80% of you guys have not subscribed to the channel yet. If You know, if you feel like I deserve a subscription, then please go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it, as I get the final score of 69-7, almost a 10 KD. I just got another unfortunate death quite towards the end there, but if you guys feel like my content is good enough, a subscription would be massively appreciated. Of course, I'm not doing this for views or subscribers, I'm just doing it for the fun of it, but if you guys do feel like my content is good enough, I would really, really appreciate a thumbs up. But I will see you guys. Make sure you check out my playlist down below with all of my other best class setup videos. Make sure you check out all of my other videos on the channel recently, and I will see you guys on another Black Ops 4 video very, very soon.